Hi everyone, this is Matthew Kaufman with TechUrchin.com, and this is the 7th tutorial in HTML. In this tutorial, we're going to learn some internal hyperlinking. In the last tutorial, we learned external hyperlinking, where we linked to outside pages. We did a link to Google. In this tutorial, we're going to link to different parts of our web page. This is really useful when you're getting into a real lengthy page with a lot of text or maybe even a lot of pictures. And you'll see a lot of this with Wikipedia or other wiki sites where you can link to different sections on a page or different headings within a page. So here I have a page already set up with 4 headings. What I did is I did an internal hyperlink to each section of the page. So I'm going to click on heading 1. It's going to take me to heading 1, and I put a paragraph of text in there. And then heading 2, I'm at heading 2. You can scroll back up to the menu. Heading 3, and notice that it doesn't go all the way down to heading 3 because we are at the end of the page. If there was more text within heading 4, it would move down to the top, move so that heading 3 is up to the top. And then heading 4, and it takes you down to the bottom of the page. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the HTML that I have here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it so you don't look at it too long. We're going to keep it educational for you. Now, this is a little bit more lengthy of a text document that we're going to do here, so bear with me. But if you're following along, this will be very educational. We're going to set it up very much the same way that we have been. So let's go ahead and set up our head with our title, Tutorial 7. I'm sorry if I'm moving quickly, but we have done this just a few times. And at the top, what we're going to do is we're going to create our menu. The menu, I'm going to go ahead and create a title for the menu, which will be menu, and I'm going to make it bold so that pops out there a little bit. And then let's pop down a line, so put a line break. And we're going to do heading 1. Now, I'm going to go ahead and save it, hop on over, and there, it looks just like that. What we want to do is we want to make heading 1 link to heading 1 down below. So in order to do that, we're going to use the href tag. Now, using that href tag internally is very similar to using it externally. But what we do is we will name the headings down below. And so we're going to name them heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and heading 4. But there's an important thing to always remember when we link internally. I'm going to save it like this. You see that I have heading 1 here. That's going to be what we're going to title them down below. But when I hop over here and I reload and I click on this, it's going to say that the web page is not found. It's not because I don't have it down below, but because what it's doing is it's looking for a file named heading 1 on my desktop. So what you need to remember for an internal hyperlink is to always put the pound sign. Otherwise, it's going to look for a file called heading 1 on your website. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to do that for all of the headings. And I'm going to do this as quickly with a copy and paste. That way we don't have to spend all the time typing all this out. Heading 2. Heading 3. Heading 4. And that's all we're going to do. And then let's go ahead and break this up. I'm going to go 4 or 5 breaks. And then I'm going to start here. Well, we'll go ahead and save and look at that real fast. Ooh, back it up. And there we go. I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, they're not linked to anything right now, but notice that it doesn't take me to another page. So that's a good indicator that you did label that href correctly. So we're going to label this so that we know that this is our header section, where all of our headings section, where all of our headings are going to occur. So let's go ahead and put a header tag on this, and we're going to say headings, put a colon, save, and there. So now I have where my headings are going to begin. Now, let's throw some more breaks. Breaks are going to be our friend in this tutorial. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste all these breaks up here. That way, I don't have to sit there and type the break tag every time. So, here we're going to do heading 1. And then we'll put a break, and we're going to say, this is a paragraph of text. And save it, hop on over, give it a reload, and there we go. We have heading 1 down there. But if I click on heading 1, it's still not going to take me there because I haven't named this heading. So what we do is we create another anchor tag, and we type in name equals heading 1. You do not include the pound sign when you put it in the name tag, because that pound sign is just a designation that this is an internal hyperlink. It's not needed, it's not supposed to be in the name tag. And this name just gives it a designation that this is heading 1. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to highlight all this, copy it, and paste it. Always learn the most quick and efficient way to do a task. And that's going to be your key to keeping HTML from giving you a headache if you're working on it for hours. Although if you're working on it for hours, you're bound to have a headache. And heading 4. Okay, now let's give that a save. Hop on over, reload. Let's scroll down through this real fast. We see heading 1, 2, 3, and 4. If I click on heading 1, it takes me to heading 1. Lets me know that that's working right, and I typed it in there right too. Click on heading 2, takes me to heading 2. Heading 3 takes me on down, and heading 4 does the same. And so we see that we did everything correctly. Everything looks good. Really, if I were actually doing this for real, I would probably put these in bold, put the titles in bold and then the text as normal text. But all in all, it looks good. All of our linking works right. And we can see that everything is given a name and everything is referenced correctly. And that's how you internally hyperlink with HTML. Thank you for sticking with me, and stick around for some more tutorials.